welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. This is episode 400. I think I told you a long time ago I thought I'd get here a long time, way sooner than I am, but that's okay. I've now settled into the Tuesday-Friday thing. I really like that schedule, and it's working out really well, and I'm getting more followers, and I'm getting more comments, and I appreciate that very much. This episode 400, is dedicated to one of my followers, Charles Dreyer. Charles made a comment that really touched me. He said he really appreciates my wine reviews, and he uses them, and he loves the way I review wine, and he uses them in aiding him to purchase wine, which is what this is all about, really, what this program is all about. And then he asked me, could you review the Jack London wines by Kenwood? I said, that's a great idea. I'm going to do it. And I just put a shout out to Mike Burns. He recommended an episode. I just haven't been able to put it together yet. But I haven't forgotten about it, Mike. He asked me if I could do a right bank, left bank comparison of Bordeaux. I think that's a great idea too. Do that blind. That would be fun. But for now, we're going to, a shout out to Charles. We're going to review the Kenwood Jack London series wines. Kenwood is a well-known winery in California, and the Jack London wines have been around for a while. I have 3 wines here that they do: the Merlot, the Cab, and the Zinfandel. We're going to start off with the Merlot. This is the 2013 Kenwood Vineyards Jack London Vineyard Merlot, Sonoma Mountain. This rolls in. Now, I got these prices off of Wine Searcher. Average price is $23. I'm finding that at the store I work at, usually I have them for less than that. But the average price on Wine Searcher is $23, so we're going to go with that, 23 bucks. You know, I think the reason I have trouble pouring into these glasses is because I'm down so low. Might have to change that in the future. Let's see what we get on the nose. $23 Merlot from California. The last episode I did, I don't know if you remember, but the Natura Merlot did not show very well. Was it Natura Merlot? No, the Fry Merlot. I mean, really, really nice kind of a combination of blackberry and dark cherries. Yeah, I really like those blackberry notes that are coming through, and then it's just mingled with the cherries. There's a little bit of like a baked cookie component, like oatmeal cookie, but you know, like it's been baked, so it's not, and it's been sitting around a while, if you get the idea. All right, let's see what we get on the palate. Aromatically, slightly challenged. Nice structure, solid wine, smooth tannins. I get that kind of combination of dark cherries and blackberries coming through on the palate, and a little lift from a good hit of acidity. And then tobacco notes kind of join in on the mid palate, and they disappear, and then all of a sudden you get this like milk chocolate thing going on. Almost reminds me like a Twix bar sort of milk chocolate. Maybe where that cookie notes that I got earlier. Not super complex, but it's very good. This is a delicious Merlot for sure. And it's at a good price point. I think 23 bucks is reasonable for this wine. I believe you could probably get it for less, probably more around 20, 21. Long finish. I like that chocolate. A little bit on the boring side, so to speak. You know, some wines have a little bit of pizzazz, have a little bit of personality. You know, you meet, you know, have you ever met somebody and at first you're like, you know, you're not too sure about them, and all of a sudden they have all these complex things about them that really, really are cool, and you like them because they, you know, they have a complex personality. you kind of like your wines to have a little bit of that kind of pizzazz, something that is different, little angular spots in the wine that they're not, the juxtaposition is good, but you know, they're there. If that made any sense. That was a little bit odd way of describing it. I'm going to call it a little boring, but delicious. You know, kind of like that beautiful girl, and then you walk up to her, or him, a handsome guy, beautiful girl, you walk up to him and you try to strike up a conversation, and there's really nothing there. Yeah, kind of like that. It is good, good tasting. You wouldn't be disappointed, but I'd like to see a little bit more action on the palate, a little bit more complexity. But solid wine. I'm going to go straight up C+, B- on that. No flaws, good structure, just a little bit boring. Let's move on. This is the 2015. Now you see, notice they were on 13. So Merlot is a tough sell sometimes. Kenwood Vineyards, Jack London Vineyards, Cabernet Sauvignon, Sonoma Mountain. This all rolls in at $28 on Wine Searcher. I'm sure it's less. If I remember right, I had it around 26 or 25 at the store. Okay. Let's see what we get on the nose. Really cool right off the bat. I get like could you imagine getting a veggie cough drop? You know, like imagine a veggie cough drop, like a little bit of broccoli. Not broccoli, that's the wrong one. Let me smell it again. Yeah, there's definitely like some grass and some, maybe a little bit of radicchio coming through. Definitely a vegetal component coming through, but it reminds me of a cough drop, a vegetal cough drop of some sort. Got to bone up on my veggies. And then behind that, you get that kind of a little bit of blackberry and currants coming through. A little bit of licorice. Let's see what we get on the palate. I'm excited about this. I like the nose on this one. Nice solid cab. The alcohol comes through a little bit, but it seems to be pretty well integrated. I'll just see if I can spot it real quick. I actually should write this, you know, just look at it. They always hide it. Oh, there we go. There we go, 14.5, so yeah, outrageous. Nice structure, good currant notes with a little bit of a blackberry coming through, a little bit of a red fruit too. Smooth tannins, but they have a little bit of an attitude to them. And right on the very back end, you get that veggie component that comes through right on the backside, but it's certainly not off-putting. You certainly wouldn't be thinking you're drinking a Loire Valley Cap Franc, Chinon, not vegetal like that, just barely. And I can't quite put a finger on it. It reminds me a little bit of radicchio, maybe a little bit of Brussels, not Brussels sprouts. If you type nice solid finish, tobacco coming through big time on the finish, good expansion on the mid palate. I like that tobacco hit on the backside, and I just like that kind of smooth, delicious blackberry, cherry, a little bit candy, but not entirely. I wouldn't call it sweet. It's got a little bit of fruit on it. And then it has a nice acidity that gives it a lift in the palate. Makes it kind of bright, brightens it up a little bit. I like that. Makes it a really good food Cabernet Sauvignon. There's some cool things about this wine. Now, what the Merlot lacked in complexity. It'd be cool if you guys could taste these side by side. I wish you were here with me and see what I mean by the difference in complexity of the two. Merlot was a little boring, Cab has some personality to it, you know, and it shows big time. I get a little kirsch coming through, like cherry liqueur thing going on, but it's not hot. That acidity keeps it fresh, grips a little bit on the back end, and this is a very solid Cab. Solid Cab. I'm going to have to go B plus A minus on that. I really like it. I think it's solid. More B plus and A minus, but still, it's up there. I like it a lot. Let's move on. Good. Kenwood Vineyards 2014 Jack London Vineyard Zinfandel Sonoma Mountain. This rolls in at $23 on Wine Searcher. Could be less, could be more. Depends on where you live. I'm a huge Zin fan. I think I've mentioned this before. And you know that because there's no Zin in my house. Every time I get a little bit of a sweet tooth that I want to spoil myself, I crack the Zinfandel open. I've been kind of on a Bordeaux thing lately, though. I really like Bordeaux. I like all wines. Let's face it, I like them all. But Zinfandel seems to be one I go to a lot when I'm just feeling like I need something a little bigger, a little more hedonistic, you know, hard day at work. Don't want to drink the bourbon. I want the Zinfandel. Let's see what we get on the nose. You get chocolate right off the bat, like chocolate-covered currants. Interesting dried herbal component coming through. Very intriguing. I can't quite put my finger on the herb, but little potpourri action on the back end. Yeah. Let's see what we get on the palate. I'm excited for this. You know, this Zin will not make it to the end of the day. Get a little bit of barbecue spice on this one on the backside. Good acidity. Not what you know, a lot of people that drink Zin like it to be kind of goopy and big and hedonistic. This is more restrained. This has more structure. Good acidity. My mouth is watering, actually. A great food Zinfandel. Barbecue chicken would be absolutely fantastic. Anything with barbecue sauce on it would be great with this. Get a little bit of raspberry on the backside. Currants, licorice, blackberries, raspberries, good acidity, good structure, solid Zinfandel, not what you would expect. This is not a low-dye Zin. This is Sonoma Mountains, probably a little bit higher elevation, maybe a little cooler. It's coming through on this wine. It has a nice edge to it. I'm thinking that with a little decanting, this Zinfandel will really open up a lot more. I'm looking forward to that. I am going to decant it after this episode, but like I told you many times before, I try to review the wines the way most of you will drink them, and that's you pop them, pour them, and drink them. That's the way you do it. That's fine. It's okay to do that. These have been open for a few hours, but like I said, you can't, trust me, that's not decanting. If you take the cork out, look at that tiny little area there, that's not going to do anything for aerating the wine. Now I could aerate them, of course, and you know, the winery might like that a little bit better. But I'm just telling you right now, it doesn't really, it would not do you any good because you're not going to get the same wine I'm going to get unless you decide to decant it. And I have done an episode on decanting. I encourage decanting. It's very important. But also as you drink wine and you get to know it, you can tell that this wine's going to open up. This is really going to do a number in about another, give it an hour of decanting, and I think it'll really open up. There's a lot to this Zinfandel. I love that, the juxtaposition of the fresh with the fruit, the deep fruits actually, and that licorice coming through right on the side, and a little bit of tobacco. Solid Zinfandel. Certainly not a, like I said, not a Lodi Zin, not a Paso Robles Zin, but a Sonoma Zin, and it's showing pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm gonna go B plus A minus on that one as well. So 2 solid wines. Just to be fair, real quickly here, for Charles, I'm gonna retaste the Merlot. I think, but the Cab and the Zin, did pretty good. I don't think I'm wrong about the Merlot. What did I go straight up C plus maybe? Can't remember now. Yeah. Good, just a little boring. Still there. Well, hope you had a good time. Thank you, Charles, for your comment. Thank you for watching. Hope you taking just a little bit of time out of your day to watch these episodes. It means a lot to me, and of course, I really enjoy helping people find good wines. Hook up with me on Twitter. Hook up with me on Instagram. Easy, Stan the Wine Man. Hit the subscribe button so you can see what's coming out. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.